I'm tired. Maybe I should rest a bit. Huh? Where's Captain Seto?
He went back to Suo a little while ago. He said he's going back to work, but we can do whatever we want until we're needed.
Sorry, but that's the end of free time. Seto platoon is being called.
My. The boss says it's time to work. Yuito, Hanabi, you ready?
Yeah.
I'm okay too. I guess I have to be.
Yeah, as long as you're OSF, you'll lose people like this. You have to get over it.
You're right. Nagi! When were you discharged? I would have come to get you!
Huh? Oh, they suddenly said I could leave this morning.
Oh man, so you were called in as soon as you were discharged? That's bad luck.
You were in the hospital since the mission in the abandoned subway. Are you all healed?
You know it. I was getting rusty, so I was glad for the deployment.
Sorry to keep everyone waiting. What's this? So you're back, Nagi? Hey, don't push yourself too hard.
I won't.
All right then. These orders are from Major General Karin. Others are reported along the Kunad Highway. We'll move in 3-man teams again. Team 1 is Nagi, Sugumi, and myself. Team 2 is Kagero, Yuito, and Hanabi. Lately, a lot of national defense forces are deployed along the Kunad Highway. It's an army, but they're still normal people. We can't let them get involved in a fight with others. If you happen to see them, tell them to keep their distance from the area. Let's head out to Kunad Highway.
Nagi, are you okay?
If you mean my wounds, I'm fine.
Not that. I mean about Naomi.
Oh, I mean, I was shocked that Naomi died in battle, but I can't let that affect me forever.
What? Died in battle? Naomi's alive.
Huh? That's not funny.
Huh? Oh, I guess it is kind of weird to refer to her as alive when she exists as another. But she's definitely alive, and we might be able to change her back.
She's an other. Are you feeling okay?
Huh?
We're deploying, so stop the crazy talk. We have to fight others for New Himuka. We have to accept that Naomi is dead and move on. Come on, let's go.
What's wrong with Nagi?
Hey, you should use my power sometimes.
There are a lot of little shops gathered in this city. There are specialty stores you don't see anywhere else. I wanted to stop by some if they were open. It sprayed something like oil. Don't get it on you.
All right, here we go. We did it!
The enemy dropped something.
Hey, that other! It's the one we're supposed to take down!
It's down! Give it everything you've got!
I can hit it!
There's still more?
This is pretty rare.
There's still more, so we have to keep working. We fulfilled the requirements.
Watch yourself.
We did it!
That attack worked. That must be a weak spot. It's down. Give it everything you've got.
And here we go. Whoa! Nice! The resource reading is close. Should we get it?
I'm sure you know, but but if an other warning was issued, that means there are quite a few of them there. It's going to be a long day. Use your head and don't overdo it. Today's forecast calls for others. There will be scattered other showers throughout the day. If your body begins to burn with fire, it'll drain your health, so be careful.
Here we go! Let's go! Keep this up!
Looks like the enemy dropped something rare.
Come on! Let me borrow this! We did it!
Yeah, I did my best.
This is pretty rare.
I can still fight!
All right.
Let's keep this up!
Alright.
Here we go! We did it! Come on! Cheers! All right!
Don't get caught. So, who's that next?
Don't get burned!
Maybe I got better. Hey, Nagi. Do you remember when we got our fortunes at Sumeragi Tomb? Of course. That's when we met Naomi. I still can't believe she was killed in battle. His memory seems fine. Except for Naomi's metamorphosis. It sprayed something like oil. Don't get it on you.
We did it!
Use something big to break its outer shell. Use psychokinesis.
Thanks, Navi!
The shell is broken. Give it everything you have. That must be its weak spot.
All right! Hey! That was close. I can hit it! It's over! Here we go! Take this!
It's covered in oil. It should burn with a little fire. There used to be cities down this road that traded with Suo. Now they're all abandoned, and the only ones who use this road are others in the OSF. Burrowed into the ground, but it should show up if you become invisible.
I'll get this done!
Found the weak spot! Yeah! This is pretty rare.
Don't get burned!
Ooh, it's time for my power, Yuito!
Here we go! Let's keep this up!
What, is it a late growth spurt?
Help!
Watch out!
Oh, did you know? They say there are dead bodies buried underneath the cherry blossom tree. Wonder how many bodies and how much time it took for it to get this big.
I don't see
everyone
anything
okay?
buried.
Tsugumi, I was trying to scare them. fire, it'll drain your health, so be careful.
Not bad.
Let's regroup now. You guys good?
That attack worked. That must be a weak spot.
Come on. At this rate.
Let's go.
All right.
Maybe I got better.
This one's heavy.
Yuito!
Here we go.
Found a weak spot. Yeah.
Move that. There.
I think I should use Kagero's invisibility.
Here we go. Is everyone okay?
Thanks, you saved me.
Keep this up. Let me follow this.
Looks like the enemy dropped something rare. That was a close one.
All right.
I guess I'm getting better.
Come on.
Nice first strike.
Hey. Time. Let's keep this up.
It's scary seeing how much I evolve.
Thanks, Hanabi. Thanks, Kagero. Now die! I need your help.
Nice! It lost us!
Let's go!
get serious.
Brain drive!
You should be able to break the outer shell and keep attacking. Use something big to break its outer shell. Use psychokinesis. Shell breach confirmed. Put the pressure on.
Now die!
That must be its weak spot. It sprayed something like oil. Don't get it on you.
Yeah! It's over! All right. I'll get this done!
Nice. It's burning. Ooh, it's time for my power, Yuito. Damage to outer shell confirmed. Keep going and break it.
This is not...
Watch yourself. That attack worked. That must be a weak spot.
That's gonna leave a mark. Come on.
Here we go!
Successfully reached shell. Attack now. The enemy is going to try and ambush us. Let's go invisible.
All right. I can still cut. At this rate... We did it!
I'm going to get stronger. You look like you're getting used to combat, Yuito. You're in good shape. Thank you very much. You're almost at the center of the forecast point. Stay frosty, everyone.
Captain Seto, this is where the others were anticipated to be, right?
We did run into some on the way here.
No, if this was the anticipated area, it should be swarming with others.
Wataru, any others around us?
This doesn't seem like the right place. Maybe there was some mistake. The communication lines are also too clear. I'm checking the other report again.
Wataru, what's wrong?
Captain, we're surrounded.
Above us!
Is that OSF?
Hey, Wataru. Was another unit deployed here?
No use. We're being jammed. It's probably because of them.
Seto, I still can't believe it. How can you support such horrific research?
Gemma? What are you talking about?
You really don't know. Are you being serious? If so, come with me now and do not resist.
Gemma, are you defying orders? If you don't align with Major General Karin's ideals, then you...
Yuito? Captain Seto? What is Seto platoon doing here?
Kyoka, can you back us up? We need to withdraw.
Right. It's ridiculous for us to fight our allies.
Gemma, come with me. Tell me what's gotten into you.
No,
We'll draw off the OSF around us. I doubt they are willing to take on 2 Septentrions.
Would you say the same? Is it with me, Luca?
Karin.
Luca. I knew you would be here.
Leave my brother to me.
don't fool yourself. Come at me all together. I'll take you on.
We really have to fight Major General Karin? He's number 1 in the OSF and is a brain eater.
It's too bad it came to this. Get it together. We don't know how he'll attack.
Careless.
I need to support the injured. Major General Karin, why are you attacking us?
Won't get in my way.
Is this all you're doing? What did you say to Gemma? Answer me, Karin.
No one won't solve anything. Even if I answer, your fate won't change at all.
Instigating the OSF for your own personal gain goes against reason. I can't condone what you're doing, but please explain. I want to understand.
You can't stop me.
Karin!
Won't get in my way.
Here we go! Watch yourself.
I'll wipe you out. Give up hope. This is what real power looks like. I see. So it's different this time. Understood. However...
No! Everyone, get back!
This is bad. I need to find someone. What the hell's going on? I don't understand any of this. Why are Gemma and Major General Karin attacking us? Same with the other OSF. Damn. Tell me what's going on!
Let's keep this up.
All right. Come on.
Let's go.
We did it!
Here we go. Let's keep this up.
Major General Karin is this way. It would be smart not to get near him. I can't believe the National Defense Forces attacked us. You won't get me today. I'll just break on through.
Here we go.
All right. We did it!
Let's keep this up. Come on.
All right. We did it!
All right.
Let's keep this up.
Who's down over there? Nagi?
Nagi, what's wrong with you?
Naomi.
Hey,
The
snap
other-
out of it!
I swear loyalty to New Himuka.
Nagi?
Yuito?
Another?
Other. My head.
Nagi? Are you okay?
Yuito, help Kasane. I'll get Nagi out of here.
Got it. Let's go, Kasane.
Leave it to me.
What's going on? Do you know Kasane?
I'll explain later. Just do your best to survive.
What?
That attack worked. There must be a weak spot.
Let's regroup now.
Annoying.
Watch out! Captain Seto, Kasane, thank you. You saved us.
Oh,
Are you okay?
yes. What?
Do you feel sick? You're really spaced out.
Don't worry about me, I'm fine. Anyway, let's go to Karin.
Go to him? Can we beat him?
No, he's not our enemy.
But he attacked us.
No, I found out about Naomi. It's...
Nagi, what are you doing?
No questions. I will dispose of you.
Nagi!
Now I understand. Nagi, you're...
Get out of my way, Captain!
I can't do that. Nagi, you don't want to kill Yuito. If you do, you'll regret it. Nagi!
Then you will die!
Captain Seto!
Nagi! Stop! We finally found you!
Captain Seto!
I won't die that easily, Nagi. After all, you're a part of my platoon. I'll be damned if they take you!
Kasane! What's wrong? My power. Could it be resonating with Kasane's? What is this place?
Yuito.
Are you all right, Kasane?
Yes. Where are we?
Hey, that's the Sumeragi crest. And that man over there is dressed like the legendary Yakumo Sumeragi. What's going on?
I saw these in a dream.
Kasane! Damn it! What the hell just happened to us? But where's... Kasane! Hanabi! Are you okay, Hanabi?
Yeah. Huh? Why is this happening? Finally, found you.
Tsugumi!
Thank goodness. Are you all right? I am fine. Captain Seto! No, it's too late.
You're all right.
Gamma! What do you want? You still want to fight?
Not after that earthquake. No one has the will to fight.
Earthquake?
You don't remember? After we were attacked by Major General Karin, there was a really big earthquake here.
I didn't notice at all. It must have been while I was unconscious.
Look at that sky.
What is that?
There's some kind of gravitational anomaly happening there. Our fellow OSF got sucked in with the debris.
I projected my sight inside, but couldn't see anything. It's dangerous to get close. Also, the fire is spreading this way. We won't make it unless we leave now.
Okay. Gemma, we'll call a truce for now. Let's get out of here to better assess the situation.
All right.
Wait, what about Captain Seto's body? We can't just leave him here.
I'll carry him.
Let's move to our hideout for now. Everyone, follow me. I wonder if Kasane is okay. And what about that image I saw? What was that?
I borrowed the freezer in the back of the warehouse next door and put Seto's body in it.
Thank you for carrying him, Gemma.
Don't mention it.
First Naomi, then the captain? I knew being in the OSF was dangerous. But this?
You're right. All this infighting.
You were involved in that infighting too, Gemma.
What's happening? Tell me if you know. How did things end up like this?
It's all Major General Karin's doing. He said that the new Himuka government is trying to create a controlled society centralized around the Suo capital. That's consistent with what I've seen and heard.
A controlled society? What's that mean?
For example, 90% of all psionics will be drafted into the OSF with no right to refuse. The draft uses the results of the annual health checkup, which we also can't refuse. There are countless surveillance cameras in the city. Not many people know this, but the cameras are also equipped with sound recording. It's how they find and arrest dissidents. In the new Himuka regime, that's just the tip of the iceberg. This is an open secret, but there are some in the OSF that suddenly go through changes in their personality. They were all critical of the regime, so the rumor is that their minds were manipulated.
Manipulate the mind? That might be what happened to Nagi.
Major General Karin said he would stop this control of the people and he would expel the government dogs from the OSF.
Government dogs? Is that why he attacked Captain Seto?
Yes, he said Seto was taking part in the government's personality rehabilitation. He showed me the evidence, but I still couldn't believe it. That's why I confronted Seto, so I could talk to him.
Captain Seto? No, it looked like he was trying to keep Nagi with us.
Captain Seto wouldn't have done that. That's not who he was.
Wait, Tsugumi. Gemma knows that too. The evidence he saw was that convincing.
Yeah, but it didn't look like Seto was involved in the government's plan. And then there was that strange hole in the sky, an earthquake after you were attacked by Major General Karin. That wasn't ordinary. Several OSF soldiers were sucked into that hole. Even then, he wouldn't stop his plans for rebellion. That made me question him as well.
So that's why you called the truce?
Yes, this isn't a simple rebellion. Something's not right. I need to know what it is. The rebellion I was part of took Seto's life.
Yuito, you trust Gemma, don't you?
But he didn't trust us.
Tsugumi's right. I should have been more careful. Will you give me the chance to learn the truth? I want to know if he really started this rebellion for the sake of the people.
I want to know too. I'm curious about that hole in the sky as well. So let's go to Suo together. There must be some clues.
Tsugumi, can you accept that?
No, I can't. But if he apologizes, I can see it through somehow.
Right. I should have been more careful. The truth is, I let my indignation get the best of me. I'm sorry. I owe an apology to Seto, too. Though it's too late.
Apology accepted.
Okay, let's rest a bit and then go to Suo.
I don't think I've spoken to Hanabi lately. What Nagi did to Captain Seto. I saw it with my own eyes and I still can't believe it. What happened to you, Nagi?
Are you sure?
Okay.
Hey, Yuito. Do you remember our promise from last time?
Yeah, we said we'd talk again sometime.
How about now? There's something OSF related I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay, let's go to Masubi's.
Back when I was a cadet, I thought that fighting in the OSF as children of the state would mean doing good. I'd defeat the evil others as part of the heroic OSF. But things aren't really that simple.
I know.
Everyone had their own motives. I never imagined the OSF would be fighting each other. What is the right thing to do? It's something I really need to sit down and think about, but I don't know.
You're right. I get uneasy about it too sometimes. Although, I think it's better to take action than let worry consume you.
You have such a positive attitude.
I don't know if that's positive. I just think it's better than being kept in the dark the whole time. You have to gather as much intel as you can before something happens that can't be undone.
You're so sure of yourself. You're like Kasane in that way.
Really?
Yeah. Even if you two don't agree, you both are so sure of yourselves. I think that's really strong. I'm the same class year as both of you, but I'm always hesitating and worrying. If you didn't push me, I think I would have given up a long time ago.
You always saved me too. I wouldn't have made it this far if it wasn't for you.
I'm happy to hear you say that. But you don't need to placate me.
I'm not placating. You're always so cheerful. You push me to keep going forward. As kids, you always cheered me up when I was feeling sad. I wouldn't be here without you.
I know it's just flattery, but it's still a little embarrassing.
It's not flattery. I'm genuinely grateful. I need you.
Do you mean?
But not just you, Hanabi. I guess I need everyone by my side.
Oh, right. Friends are important.
Yeah. There's so much to think about, but you get stuck in a rut when you don't confide in people. So feel free to talk to me or anyone else when you need to. I'm sure we'll be able to help you somehow.
Yeah, I mean, talking to you has helped. Well, I'm heading back to the hideout.
Okay, see you later.
Thanks for listening.
There still seems to be something on her mind, but at least she cheered up a bit.
You're always so kind.
I don't think that's true. I'm not built to be especially kind.
You don't even realize it. That's what makes you cool. Oh, don't take it weird. I just think you're cool as a friend. Recently, I've been thinking how much I've gotten to know you.
Me too. I thought I already knew you, but I keep finding something new.
I'm tired. Maybe I should rest. Okay, let's go to Suo.
I'm worried about Wataru. I hope he's okay.
Hey, Major General Karin started a rebellion, right? There are probably other OSF that aligned with him, like Gemma was. There's even a chance that the Major General will be there too. If we find ourselves up against him, do you think we got what it takes to win?
Major General Karin is powerful. He's a Septentrion, the Brain Eater.
When his brain field hit me, my body convulsed like I was having a seizure. I learned how to develop a brain field as a cadet, but it was too taxing to use in a real battle. The fact that he used something so dangerous means that he's not fooling around. Still, I have to go. Right, Gemma?
Yes. I have to see what's happening with my own eyes.
Why are there others in the city?
Wataru, what's going on?
No response from Wataru. What's wrong?
The city system stopped?
Be careful. Arahabaki, the computer that controls all of Suo, has shut down. I don't know the cause, but all of the city's defense systems are offline. That let others into the city, and the chaos is spreading.
Wataru, what does that mean?
You're able to contact him?
I'll see if I can reboot Cynet from here. Eliminate as many others from the city as you can. This isn't our normal communication, but my telepathy. The comms are down, so I can only speak to you. I can't hear you, so don't bother replying. Do your best to survive.
What? Hey, Wataru!
Yuito, Wataru is communicating only to you?
It looks like Cynet is down, so he's contacting me telepathically.
I see. So we'll be without his support for a while.
Yeah. He says Arahabaki was shut down, and the defense system is down too. And he said there are others in the city he wants us to take care of. He'll be focusing on rebooting the system.
He wants us to eliminate the others, but we don't know where or how many there are.
Yeah. Tsugumi, give us the rundown about each and every other you find. We'll take them out.
Understood. It might be difficult in such a large area, but I'll try.
Okay. Let's just clean up the others around us first.
Understood.
I can't believe Suo's systems went down. It's usually full of visions.
It's mostly ads, but it makes me nervous when they're all gone.
I hit the outer shell. I think I can break it if I focus my attacks.
Now die!
Come on! That attack worked! That must be a weak spot.
Yuito, Major General Fubuki is in our vicinity.
Where?
2 o'clock. Coming this way.
Who are you under?
Captain Seto is dead, so currently...
Seto is dead? Wait, are you under Karin's command? Or did he not summon you?
Major General Fubuki, I'll explain the situation.
I see. So Karin didn't summon any soldiers here other than Gemma.
What's going on? It looks like the city defense system is down.
I'll explain later. I still don't fully grasp what's happening as well. What I know for sure is that he stirred up some members of the OSF and conspired with the Seiran forces. With them, he attacked Suo.
So he did this to the city?
Were you aware of this, Gemma?
I didn't think he'd let others into the city, but I knew.
Since you're with Yuito now, you're not aligning yourself with Seiran. Am I correct in that assumption?
That's right.
All right, I'll take any OSF allies I can get. You will all be under me now. I've split up troops to evacuate civilians, but there's just not enough of us.
We'll help. I don't know what he's thinking, but I can't believe he'd endanger civilians.
Thank you. Then I name Yuito as your temporary platoon leader.
Me?
Yes. Some of the council members failed to evacuate and are heading to shelter on foot. There's no communication from the backup OSF or the National Defense Forces. I want you to go see what's going on. The chairman and council members will feel safe with you.
My father. Understood.
I don't know what's going on, but it is dangerous. Everyone be careful. Even if you see other OSF, they may not be allies. There's no word of Seiran forces invading, but we don't know everything. We can't contact the central control center that houses Arahabaki, so don't take any risks. I'm counting on you.
Understood.
I'm going to the central control center. First, we need to reboot the defense system or the battle control system.
Let's head for OSF headquarters. The council shelter should be near there. You're okay with that, Gemma?
Yes, my desire to protect Suo is the same as yours. I swear my loyalty, at least until this situation settles down.
I trust you.
What is Major General Karin thinking attacking Suo? Even if he has some reason, this is wrong.
Here we go! Let's keep this up.
Good.
Here we go. All right. Let's keep this up. We did it. Let's keep this up.
That was close.
I hit the outer shell. I think I can break it if I focus my attacks.
All right. Damn.
Do it, Yuito!
I can hit it! It's over!
That was impressive.
Here we go! Good. Come on. Here we go. Where are you?
It's smoky. Use the DS to see the other.
I hit the outer shell. I think I can break it if I focus my attacks.
This is bad.
Attention. That attack worked. There must be a weak spot.
We did it!
Use my power?
I'm taking your fire! All right!
I can still get better.
Where are you?
Watch the enemy.
We did
That was a good attack.
Tsugumi? No way! It's down! Give it everything you've got! That attack worked! That must be a weak spot. I can still fight. Where are you? I need your help.
To deal with the fire.
Damn! Time to use this! I'm using this, Tsugumi!
My fault.
At this rate!
Rest a bit.
Where are you?
I'll protect you.
Thank you, Hanabi.
I need your help! This is bad.
I'm getting roasted.
At this rate... This is nothing! Here we go!
That attack worked. That must be a weak spot.
Not yet!
It's down. Give it everything you've got.
At this rate... Is everyone okay?
I feel better.
All right. It's too dangerous to move on foot in this situation. If he's attacked by another, please be okay until I get there.
Let's go. Yep. We did it. Let's keep this up.
All right. Training leads to results.
Let's go. We did it. All right. We did it.
I'm a little stronger now.
Let's keep this up. Are you okay?
You're Chairman Sumeragi's.
Yes, I'm Yuito Sumeragi. There are others all over the city. Please go to the shelter right away.
Please hurry to OSF headquarters. The chairman is being attacked by what look like OSF soldiers.
What? My father?
Hurry and help the chairman.
Understood.
Let's hurry. I'm worried about your dad.
Right.
Dad is being attacked by OSF? What the hell? I have to hurry.
Kasane? Huh?
Yuito.
Dad.
Kasane, are you okay?
Dad! Out of the way! What are you doing?
Yuito, you must die.
What?
What are you saying?
I made a promise to you. Arm yourself! Give up!
You promised me that you'd kill me? What are you talking about?
You don't need to understand. Die!
By any means!
Stop it, Kasane!
Don't go near them, Hanabi. Kasane means business. If you get too close, not only will you not stop her, you could die. Damn it! What is Kasane thinking? At this rate, Dad will... Kasane, we can do whatever you want later. I'm just worried about my father right now. Please, stop!
There's nothing to talk about.
Stop! You won't get away! By any means!
This can't be.
Yuito, farewell.
You promised me that you'd kill me? What are you talking about?
You don't need to understand. Die! Stop it, Kasane!
Don't go near them, Hanabi. Kasane means business. If you get too close, not only will you not stop her, you could die. Damn it! What is Kasane thinking? At this rate, Dad will... Kasane, we can do whatever you want later. Just worried about my father right now. Please, stop.
At this rate,
Yuito, farewell.
You won't get away!
You promised me that you'd kill me? What are you talking about?
You don't need to understand. Die.
Stop it, Kasane!
Don't go near them, Hanabi. Kasane means business. If you get too close, not only will you not stop her, you could die.
that was close. Come on.
By
Damn
any
it!
means.
What is Kasane thinking? At this rate, Dad will... Kasane, we can do whatever you want later. I'm just worried about my father right now. Please, stop.
There's nothing to talk about.
Give up!
I can still fight.
Don't worry!
This is bad.
You won't get away!
What do you think you're doing? What do I do? Dad, I have to find a way to stop Kasane, even for a second. Oh, right. The brain field. I should be able to do it. I'm not as strong as Major General Karin, but if I try, though it might be too much for me. No! I'll think about that later. I don't have time to hesitate. Sorry, Kasane. This is all I could think of! I can do this!
Kasane, it's time to end this! If you really killed my father, then I'll never forgive you.
It's close.
Witness my strength! Kasane! Kasane!
Yuito! Something's not right here! Damn. Yuito's ring. It's an overdrive. It's dangerous.
Yuito, do you read me? Close the brain field right now!
What's happening to me? Is this the brain field?
No. I can still fight.
Wait! What are you doing? Why are you trying to kill me? And my father... Kasane, did you stab my father? Wait, what's this?
Attention all citizens of New Himuka, you blind fools who denied the truth before your own eyes. I am current travelers of the OSF. I reject the control of the New Himuka government as one of the Awoken. My allies and I have decided to cooperate with Seiron, who share our will. Pitiful citizens of New Himuka, don't turn your eyes from the truth. This nation is insane. They control the city, the information, and the people with Signet. Not even your thoughts are free. You are nothing but livestock, born to be used by the state. New Himuka is a regime that eliminates those that threaten them by driving them insane. They only raise submissive livestock they can control. There is no justice.
Hey! Kasane's getting away!
Wait! Wait!
Yuito.
Dad?
Tsugumi, we're going after Kasane.
Yes.
Dad!
Yuito. I'm sorry.
What are you sorry for?
There's so much I have to tell you. Be careful. This nation, you...
Mr. Sumeragi!
No way. You can't die! Dad, please!
Wake up, citizens of New Himuka. Seiron protects the free will of the people and offers an environment for them to live as human beings. I promise to uphold that standard. There are no requirements to join us. I stood at the front lines of Seiron and rebelled against a society that would control humans and only allow some of them rights. Now, I will destroy the New Himuka regime with Seiron as my homeland. What begins now is an escape from oppressive control, a revolution. To those of you who are awake, those who wish to awaken, come join my cause in Seiron. Help me destroy the New Himuka regime and put an end to their tyranny forever.
That looks like the end of Major General Karn's speech video. The government has started blocking it so it's inaccessible. So that means what he was saying is true. I knew everyone was under some control, but information is seriously being limited. Why don't you rest a little? I mean, this must be hard for you.
I'm sorry to make you worry.
Don't apologize. I mean, something like that happening right in front of you, It would be hard for anyone.
Kasane killed my father? Why would she do that? Did she really? And if New Himuka was trying to make a controlled society, my father and brother were at the center of it. Could he actually do such a thing? If so, then what's the reasoning behind it? Am I the only one who is kept in the dark about this? Damn it. Nothing makes any sense.
Both of you are all right.
Gemma! Tsugumi!
I'm sorry. I lost Kasane. It's frustrating.
We saw her meet up with Major General Karin, but we were attacked by the OSF with him. They disappeared while we were distracted. Since Tsugumi couldn't track them, they must have been moved by a teleporter.
I talked to Wataru too. He's all right. But his sister...
Did something happen?
She disappeared. I think she joined the Karin supporters in Seiron.
It seems nearly half of the OSF have joined him in Seiron. There are rumors that Seiron will declare independence.
So Kasane went to Seiron?
Yeah, probably.
What about you, Gemma?
Yeah, I probably would have gone as well. But now, I don't understand what what Karin is doing.
What do you mean? New Himuka really was watching its citizens.
True, the New Himuka government is likely controlling its citizens. Even so, I don't believe that putting people in danger was the right thing to do. It seems Karin evacuated the civilians of Suo to shelters before this disturbance started. But even if he did, he was the one who let others into the city in the first place. And then there's Seto. If what he told me about Seto is true, then Seto wouldn't have risked his life to stop Nagi. If he trampled on Seto's dignity to increase his allies, then I can't forgive him, or myself, for being a fool and not believing Seto.
Right. Captain Seto. And we don't know where Nagi is.
Yuito, you don't look well.
Look, Tsugumi's worried too. Just take a break.
A lot of things just happened. Don't push yourself.
Thanks, guys.
Yuito, thank you for coming. You look well.
Oh, yeah, you look well too.
Just talk normally. It's not like I'm your boss.
I guess that's true. Okay, I will. What did you want to talk about?
Actually, I want to ask you about Gemma. We fought together when he was in Kyoka platoon. We fight on different sides now, so I was wondering how he's doing.
Gemma seems fine. But now that you mention it, he does look tired sometimes.
That's what I was worried about. He can be too serious and awkward. Maybe he should pick up a hobby or something to take his mind off of work.
You really do care about your friends. It makes me kind of jealous of Gemma. It would be encouraging to have someone who cared that much about my well-being.
Well, now you're making me embarrassed. You never had someone like me to hover over you?
My father and brother were always busy with work. The servants were nice to me. But I didn't have someone as kind as you to take care of me. Not since my mom died.
I'm not as kind as all that. It's just that my friends who fight with me in the OSF are the same as family. Even when we're apart, I always wonder if everyone's all right. Also, Gemma isn't the only one I'm concerned about. I worry about you too.
What? Me?
Of course. Since we're both here, let me check up on you. You're not sick or anything?
No. I've been pretty busy, but I feel pretty good now.
Really? Well, no matter how busy you are, make sure to eat 3 meals a day and stay warm when you sleep so you don't catch cold. Oh, right. I got a really good charm recently. Where did I put it?
No, that's fine. You don't have to worry that much. This is kind of embarrassing. Is this what it's like to have a mother hovering over you?
Oh, really? That's too bad. But okay. We should talk again sometime.
See you later. Why is Kyoka so kind to me? It's not like I was in her platoon or talked with her very much.
About time. Told you not to make me wait.
You'd complain no matter how fast I got here. So, what do you want to talk to me about?
I'm looking for something. Did Captain Seto leave a package with you?
Captain Seto? No, he didn't.
He had said he wanted to give me something. He couldn't keep that promise. But if he left it for me somewhere, I'd like to have it.
Oh, so it's like a keepsake then?
That's right. He didn't give it to you. So do you have any idea where he would put something like that?
Maybe the hideout. I don't remember anything like that, though.
Maybe you saw it, but you just forgot.
I guess, maybe. I don't even know what it is.
It must be some kind of small package or box, I think. Just go check the hideout again.
Hang on. You want me to look for it? I don't have time for that.
I don't have time either. You can use your psychokinesis to search faster, can't you? You're the perfect man for the job.
He's acting all high and mighty. He should be more humble if he's asking a favor. But if there really is a gift for Shiden, Captain Seto would be happy if I gave it to him. Fine, I'll look, but don't pout if I can't find it.
What? I don't pout. I'm not a kid. Just get going. You're back. Did you find something?
Yeah. I found a case with your name written on it in a corner of the hideout. I don't know if it's what you're looking for.
Let me see. This is a battle mask. Captain Seto left this for me.
So it was a gift from him. Is that a card in there with it?
Yeah, looks like it.
Dear Shiden, I'm sorry I couldn't put you in my platoon. This doesn't make up for it, but here's a gift. This mask contains special electrodes that will make it easier to control the direction of your electrokinesis. It's the same type as mine, but yours is specially made. I hope you like it. Shiden, you are the hardest worker I've ever seen in the OSF. I know you'll continue to grow stronger, so trust in your own strength. I know you'll be even better than me. I don't plan on losing, though. We'll be good rivals.
I can't believe he thought so highly of me. Damn it. There was so much I wanted to learn from him.
You were good friends with Captain Seto.
He was the only one in the OSF who saw something in me. He was a very special person.
I only fought with him for a short time, but I know that he was an amazing man. He was calm, dependable, and kind to everyone. I want to be like him someday.
You want to be like Captain Seto? You say it like anyone can do it. If someone like you could be like him, I would have been just like him a long time ago.
What's wrong with you? I understand you think highly of him, but I work hard too.
You don't get it, rich boy. Just working hard won't get you very far in this world. I can't believe you think you can get to his level. You have no idea what you're talking about.
Fine, I won't say it anymore. You got your gift, so I'm out of here.
Hey, wait!
What?
I haven't thanked you for finding this mask yet. Well done.
Was that his idea of a thank you? I did it for Captain Seto. Tell me if you need me again.
If I feel like it.
He's pompous, rude, and really mean. But he's not all bad, I guess. If I'm as open-minded as Captain Seto, will I see him differently?
Oh, Yuito. Sorry.
Why are you apologizing?
That white flower. I told you I would look into it, but I still don't know the name.
Don't worry about it. I'm not in a rush or anything. Thank you for continuing to search for it.
I will definitely find it. I will show you that blooming flower. So wait.
Okay, I'll wait. But don't push yourself. Just do it when you have time.
Wait.
What? Huh. It looks like she wants to say something. I feel bad for putting pressure on her, so I'll wait a little.
How is your stomach feeling recently?
My stomach? Now that you mention it, I guess I haven't had much of an appetite lately.
You should take some medicine.
Thanks, I will. How did you know my stomach wasn't feeling well?
My power.
Oh, that's right. You're clairvoyant. So you have the ability to see inside my body.
I do my best not to look into people's bodies, but it's hard to control. Sometimes I catch a glimpse.
That's a useful power, but it sounds a little gross. That must be hard, Tsugumi.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't have looked without permission.
Oh, don't worry about it. You seeing my organs is less embarrassing than if you saw me naked. Also, you told me because you were concerned. So, thanks.
But I still shouldn't have done it.
Huh. How come you're always so hard on yourself?
It happened a long time ago, when I was little. I wasn't as good at using my power then. I saw a lot that I shouldn't have. Inside bodies, inside rooms, people's secrets, things I didn't want to see. I didn't know it was bad, and I saw something my friend was hiding. I told everyone about it, and my friend and all the adults were afraid of me. I was alienated. Everyone hated me. I didn't want people to hate me anymore, so I became afraid to talk to anyone. So I'm always careful not to see or talk about people's secrets. But...
That sounds pretty terrible.
yeah, I did a bad thing.
That's not what I mean. You were just a kid. There was nothing you could do. Those adults should have known better. I'm sorry that happened to you when you were little.
But it wasn't all bad.
Really? From what I just heard, it sounds terrible.
I didn't have any human friends, but my grandpa taught me about plants. My grandpa liked bonsai, and he knew a lot about plants. He taught me that plants are friends who don't talk.
Friends who don't talk?
Yes. Well, not with words anyway. But with the shape of their branches or the state of their leaves, they can tell us a lot. And when we're sad, they're always silently by our side. When I heard that, I started to like plants too.
I see. Your grandpa sounds really nice. Thanks for the talk, Tsugumi.
Thank you for listening. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, I will. Friends who don't talk, huh? Well, Tsugumi doesn't talk much either, but she cares a whole lot. I guess liking plants is something we have in common.
Yuito?
Yeah? What is it?
Thanks for everything.
Huh? Sure, you too.
It's gotten easier to talk to you.
I'm happy to hear you say that.
Huh? Are you going somewhere, Gemma?
I'm going to Sumeragi Tomb to pay my respects. I have a friend buried there. I'm sorry for going at a time like this. I plan to come back as soon as possible.
Sumeragi Tomb? Would you mind if I tagged along? I've never been out with you before, and I like going there.
I don't mind. Shall we go then?
Gemma hasn't come back yet. I guess paying your respects isn't something you rush. Maybe I'll go get my fortune told while I'm waiting. Oh, that Baki collaboration should still be going on. Whoa!
Sorry to keep you waiting. What's the matter? Is that a fortune?
The fortune came with a Baki keychain I didn't have yet.
You really do love this Baki.
I mean, look how cute he is! Such a round and adorable face.
Are those popular? Sorry, I just can't relate to young people.
Yeah, really popular. They're often featured in magazines. They're so popular, they have a collaboration with Sumeragi Tomb. Do you want to give it a try?
No, I'll pass. We've been here long enough. I had a lot to share since I hadn't been here in a while.
You said you were here to see a friend. Can I ask whose grave?
Some friends of mine. My parents, too. My family originally had a separate grave, but we moved them to this communal tomb since we're dismantling our own.
Dismantling?
I don't have any siblings or children. Since the Garrison family will end with me, there's no more need for individual graves.
But you could have children in the future. I heard there are a lot of people who get married after retiring from the OSF.
I'm sure a lot of people do, but I don't know anything beyond fighting. Besides, I could die in battle before I get to retire, just like my friends buried here.
You haven't retired yet, but you're already thinking about your life ending?
My actual age is already past 50. I think it's normal for OSF members my age to be thinking about their closing chapters.
Really? I didn't think 50 plus was an age you'd be thinking about this kind of stuff yet. Besides, you could still fall in love. Nobody knows what could happen in the future.
Fall in love? I don't think so. Although, I guess I can't say it's completely impossible.
Yeah, there's still a possibility. You never know what might happen if you try new things. You might realize you shouldn't be wasting your time acting all old.
Do I act old?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, I am actually old, after all.
That's what I'm talking about. That right there. It's not good. I mean, you should just be more positive about this. We're children of the state. Try incorporating your inner child.
Inner child? Like how? You better not suggest kick the can or spinning tops.
No, I'm not talking about what they did in ancient times. I mean more like trying out the latest trends.
Latest trends? No, I'm too...
Actually, this magazine that had a feature on Baki made a list of trendy new restaurants and foods. I'm kind of interested, so do you want to go with me sometime?
To be honest, I'm not all too interested, but I can see how you're doing this for me. I guess I could try it once.
Great! I'll look into it then. Thanks, Gemma.
Oh, I should be the one thanking you.